And I think the next thing I want to talk about is this syntax, very similar. You will see this with arrays. So if we make an array here, foo bar baz, we have a brand new array here. We can list the elements of the array. I don't remember if I've showed this syntax or not. This is amazing syntax. I love this so much. This is from the WooLedge wiki. Thank you so much. I have used this for the last 15 years. It has been so helpful in my journey of learning Bash and using it on a day-to-day basis. Printf. I have a whole section dedicated on printf, so I'm only going to show you a portion of it now, but we can give it the format specifier here, %s, and a new line, and then we can just give it arguments here. This is the cool thing about printf and bash is it will repeat the format specifier for the arguments. So if I say, hello, how are you? We get them all on separate lines because of that new line character here. So really, really cool. The reason this is really cool is because I can put the array here. Remember to use the @ sign to open an array and expand it and iterate over it. Foo, bar, and baz. That is super cool. That's awesome. I can also substring into the array. It's not really a substring. You're kind of like taking a slice of it, but you're basically, I can start the array at spot 1. I can start the array at spot 2. I can start the array at spot 0, but grab the first 2 elements out of it. This syntax is totally valid. On top of that, guess what else is totally valid? Find and replace. I want every element of it, but I want all the A's replaced with O's. Foo, bor, and baz. It works. This totally works. I want this same thing, but I want any sort of Z removed from the end of the string. Foo, bar, and ba. I want this, but I want B removed from the beginning of the string. Foo, ar, and as. So this is really cool. It's really powerful notation. You can do a lot of cool things with this. It's not all the same notation, but for the most part, a lot of the things translate over to arrays, kind of how you'd expect them to work, which is really neat. So yeah, really powerful syntax, really cool things you can do without having to like loop over manually one by one. Just with syntax like this, we can make transformations to our arrays, which is just incredibly powerful. And of course, don't get tricked by this. Some people will get confused and they'll want to omit the quotes or they'll want to use the star. Both those things are wrong. Yes, in this example, they both work, but they both work because there's no weird white space in the elements. When you want to loop an array, you always want to quote it, and you want to have the @ sign. When you want to stringify the elements of an array, you want to have your IFS set to whatever you want to separate them, and then you want to echo the array with the star notation. I forgot that, didn't I? There we go. So now, this is how you join them. So when you want to stringify an array, you want the star. When you want to loop over them, when you want to iterate them, you want the @ sign, and you need the quotes. You also need the quotes for the star. This might be a little bit confusing for people. You do need the quotes there because that does change how it works. Super weird, throws people off, but it's just a good rule. Quote your expansions. Just every time you expand a variable, put quotes around it, you're going to be fine. The only time you see me not really putting quotes around thing is during variable assignment. So like, I could have Dave here. I'll also just do Dave. This is totally fine. You don't need to quote this. So if you had something like, I don't know, var, and var had a bunch of gnarly stuff in it, the assignment works just fine. That's like the only time I really don't quote my expansions. But other than that, quote your expansions and you'll be good.